home trial. It's raining again, but I'm not on the steps. But y'all, the Cassie's 2018 story, her Grape story was called into question on the stand. And baby, I gotta be honest with you, because I call a spade a spade. This is not good. I know a lot of people yesterday were saying Diddy's team needed to be done. That was lies and nonsense. They were not doing what needed to be done yesterday. But today, when I came back from Grape, Cassie's whole story fell apart. And you guys, it is crazy. Okay, so what actually happened, okay? Cassie told the story yesterday about what Diddy did to her, the way that she felt, like she was taken advantage of, the way she felt that she told this man to stop, and he did not stop, and all this stuff. You guys, this is breaking news, and I really don't know what to do about it, okay? Because I gotta be fair. I gotta talk about when the defense has a win. I know we all want Diddy in jail, but we gotta talk about when the defense has a win. The defense had a huge win today, and I mean huge win today, in the fact that they didn't press Cassie. They didn't confront Cassie. They didn't do anything with Cassie. But what they did do with Cassie is literally just say, you know what happened in 2018? He raped me. Okay, that happened. 2 days later, she sent him a text with a heart. After that, they were saying, I loved you, I miss you. I took notes. It was bad. Listen, Diddy asked to see her. She said, good morning, I'm confused, right? They had her out there looking crazy. Oh, thank you, Glimmer Girl. Listen, they had her out there looking crazy. Now, let me just say this fact. I do think that they are going to get a specialist that is involved in sex trafficking. They're going to get a specialist that is involved in the way victims of this type of stuff and PTSD react. This could be a trauma response. Sorry about that. This could be a trauma response, but at the end of the day, nobody really knows what it is. I'm whispering because I'm on the steps. It is raining. I don't have an umbrella, and I don't feel like them telling me to get off the steps so I film it, okay? Now, it could be a trauma response. It could be anything. However, she did say that she was raped. She ended up sleeping with Diddy one time after that. We know that. But the thing that they didn't know is they introduced text messages that the prosecution did not have. And those text messages do not paint a good picture. Those text messages show the story of someone that it's not adding up. Now, that said, there are a lot of women and men that are raped by their partners or by their bosses or whoever, and they still stay close to that person, okay? That doesn't necessarily mean anything, but let's get into these facts, right? Listen, they said that she was on the beach walking. She texted him like, oh my God, I'm on the beach walking with my dad. Literally, she's like, yo, have fun with your yoga teacher. And he was like, what's that supposed to mean? And Cassie said that she thought he was sleeping with the yoga teacher. And Diddy was like, she said, he was like, he's like, I'm not dating anyone. And she's like, you've been going with dates all along. This is now like a week after the Grape. She said, I actually need to stop caring. No, Diddy said, I actually need to stop caring. And he then told Diddy then told Cassie, if you're dating other people, let's talk about it. Okay, but you guys, it gets even deeper. Again, I see now why they wanted that expert witness, because this is the most disturbing thing, right? When I say that Cassie was caught lying, I still believe her story. My issue is the jury. Cassie lost the jury. There was a woman in the second row. She was a black woman, okay? And she seemed to be running stuff. I think she actually might be like a foreman that's like the jury whip that like keeps everybody in line, right? Cassie was talking, and these inconsistencies in her story were exposed, and the girl was just shaking her head. When Cassie was talking about, basically, she was talking to Diddy, and I'll tell you in a second, talking to Diddy, while she was talking to Alex, I'm going to tell you what was said. There were men on the jury. 4 men on the jury while she was testifying was just shaking their head in disgust. Ashley SB said, I hope Ali Carter shows up to testify. Now, you guys, listen, it's really, really important to know. That Cassie, was, how do I say this? I don't know. I'm going to get kicked off the steps. I'm going to have to act like I'm talking to my mom. So it's really important to know Cassie wasn't trying to cut ties with Diddy after she was raped. If anything, they were maybe discussing coming back and giving things a second chance. Now, I know when you are a victim of rape, that could mean something, that could not mean something. It could be a lot of things. The whole point of the matter is, yeah, exactly. What's more, the men on the jury were shaking their head. You never want to lose the jury. Now, I did talk to people that are very, very close to the case, and they said, listen, it's okay. There is no perfect victim. That's why we have an abuse person that's an expert in abuse to actually speak and explain this behavior. The prosecution has not done the redirect. They did tell me something interesting, right? Chris Hollins, greeting from Ireland. What's up, Chris Hollins? But here's the thing. My contacts did say this. Even though in the media, we look at Cassie as their star witness, Cassie is not the star witness of the Diddy trial. They said Gina wasn't the star witness. That's why when she said she wasn't going to testify, they said, okay, you ain't got to testify. Neither Cassie nor Gina were the star witnesses in the Sean Diddy Combs trial. So they said that even though this testimony is not the best look for Cassie, and this just happened not even 5 minutes ago, even though it's not the best look for Cassie, their case is still strong, and they got 8 more weeks of people, and they said it is deeper than the Frickoffs, and it's deeper than Cassie. They think they have Diddy dead to rights. They think that they have Diddy dead to rights, okay? And listen. In any case, listen. Cassie isn't on trial. It doesn't matter. Listen, you guys know I ride out for Cassie. I still believe her. I'm just saying that this testimony was very, very confusing. And Cassie is going to I'm going to talk as close as possible. Cassie is going to have to redeem herself from that. Elle, thank you so much for the super chat. All right? They said, Diddy, listen. Now, here's the thing, how you know that it wasn't good for Cassie. The baby oil bandits were standing up straight, literally getting excited, writing notes. They thought they had Cassie just right. Diddy's somebody that wasn't really showing. Diddy's somebody that has been avoiding Cassie's eyes for the last 2 days. Now he was sitting back looking arrogant again because he thinks, oh, that's another thing. The text messages that were exposed, the prosecution had no idea about them, but the judge still let it be admitted because they were relevant. Amanda said, I love your enthusiasm and real-time updates. Anyway, right? Listen. Diddy said, so Diddy texted Cassie, I don't want a convo where you break up with me again, right? Cassie said, I do love you, but I don't want to just be your girlfriend. So again, this goes to the point that she was pushing for something more. She wanted to be a wife. Okay, fine. So at the end of the day, and there's another thing, people with trauma, yes, you trauma bond, Stockholm syndrome. There's been people that have been kidnapped from kids that said they wanted to be with the kidnapper, not their actual parents they were taken from. You know what I'm saying? They said on 9/16, on 9/16, Cassie texted him, okay, but Cassie asked for a hug. And Diddy is like, can I hold you or are you just going to break up with me again? And Cassie was like, oh, can I hug you? Can I hug you? And she's like, okay, I just wanted a hug, but I understand how you feel. Cassie literally told Diddy that, yes, he can hold her. He can hug her. Hold on, let me put my other stuff away, right? Listen, Mommy Heather said, thank you for covering this from the very beginning. This is emotional. It's super emotional. And again, you guys, and let me be clear, I do not think Cassie's lying. I do think that there is an explanation for this, explanation for the inconsistencies. I do know that it looks like Cassie lost the jury a little bit. I also do know that Cassie is not the star witness, but she is 100% an important witness, and it looks like Cassie actually lost the jury, okay? Listen, so then Diddy was trying to get Cassie to come over so they could talk about relationship. Seems like he wanted to reconcile. You guys, this is literally a week and a half after the alleged rape, okay? Cassie said, I'm not trying to be mean. Even showing up at the house will F up my mind, right? So I'm choosing my sanity. She said, I'm choosing my sanity. I'm finally sleeping well and gaining weight. You have no idea what that means. Crystal, thank you so much for the super chat. You said, especially on your own. Also, Diane Landers, thank you so much. You said, love your reporting, so much information. Sorry about the noise in the background, but I'm on the steps and it is raining and I don't feel, y'all know, I don't need this phone getting drowned. This is not a waterproof case. Marie M said, you're killing it out there on the mean streets of New York. She said, sending good vibes from Oakland. Thank you so much, Marie. Okay, so anyway, right? Diddy said to Cassie, I respect your sanity. I won't link up, right? So anyway, Cassie then said, I was really looking forward to that hug, but okay. She was disappointed that she couldn't see Diddy again, but she was trying to lure Diddy to come see her. Get this, right? Now listen, I made notes. I said, listen, this is bad. But lots of women, listen, this is bad, but lots of women get raped and still continue with their accuser, you know? But yeah, there are some inconsistencies in Cassie's story. Slainer said, Tisa, I'm so proud of you. Thank you for all you do. I swear if I had money, I would send you more. This is my appreciation for your hard work. Slainer, thank you so much for that. And baby, I'm just glad that you guys are all here just rocking with me. Also, right? Listen, and here's the thing. I literally kept saying to myself, how did prosecution let this get through? How did the prosecution let this get through? How are they not prepared? But I guess that she made those statements and it was shared with Diddy. Anyway, Tony and Martin, thank you so much for the super chat, right? Also, on September 27, 2018, she actually they went out to a friend's dinner together. She was seeing Alex. This is what made the men on the jury shake their head. She went out to the thing. She was seeing Alex, right? And they had a great night. They were vibing, Diddy and Cassie, and she had sex with Cassie. Get this. They said, Alex, oh, Snow White said, you're bringing it. Hugs. Sorry, I'm talking so low. But you know, I'm trying not to get cut off these steps. And it is raining, and I don't want to be kicked out in the rain, okay? Anyway, they said that she had sex with Diddy, okay? They said Alex FaceTimed her during sex and said they said Alex FaceTimed her. Cassie said she doesn't remember if she was intimate with Diddy at that moment or if it happened afterwards. She said Diddy texted her and said he had a great night. The defense said that Alex didn't know. She said, I don't know if Alex knew or not. After Alex discovered, they said, and then the defense asked her, what happened when Alex discovered that you slept with Diddy? And Cassie was like, I don't know if Alex ever discovered that. I don't know what's going on. Again, what was the point of this? To paint Cassie as a ho, and to get the jury on his side. Again, it concerns me that when the four men on the jury heard all this, they just shook their head and let it go. Now, they said, but you told your husband, right? Listen, they told the husband that Amber Diaz said, watching every day from Ontario, Canada, coffee on me, girl. Lord knows you could probably use it, killing it out there. I'm trying to stay quiet so I don't get kicked off the steps. Snow White, thank you so much again. Also, who else? Sherry Reddy, thank you so much for the super chat. And Mama Heather said, you're directly under a camera, babe. Look out. Oh, that's fine. It's fine. I'm not like, I look like I'm FaceTiming. It's fine. And somebody's under a camera. Yes, I am. Okay, so, right? Also, they said, thanks, guys. So anyway, can you guys hear me now? Listen, they said, did you tell your husband that you got raped? They said when Alex found out, he punched a wall, right? And again, it was a friend's restaurant. Diddy asked her that, said he'd fall back. Cassie kept texting him, I miss you. I'm so heartbroken. I feel lost without you. The jury was shaking their head. The black woman in the second row, she was like, she ain't like that at all. Listen, she seems to, Diddy's attorneys at that point seemed to be leading. Again, at that moment, Cassie lost that jury. It's literally, can you guys hear me? Okay. Can you guys actually hear me? Let me know if you guys can hear me. If not, I'll try to go live at different places. Okay, y'all can hear me? Okay, good. Okay. So Cassie was trying to negotiate some type of meetup with Diddy, right? She said, but anyway, get this. They bring up Kim Porter's funeral. She says, I didn't just leave you. I guess Diddy was like, you just left me. What happened? She said, I didn't just leave you. I said bye. You want my support. But Gina then said, but you want my support, but Gina was there. So of course Diddy was Diddy and had Cassie, Gina, everybody there. She said, you then said Kim was your soulmate. So if you said Kim was your soulmate, then what was I supposed to do, right? They also said they had text where Cassie accused the babysitter named Nikki of sleeping with Diddy, right? After that, Cassie said she never saw Diddy again at all. They said, but Diddy tried to stay in touch. They said, how through? They said through Laura London and through Deontay Nash. That's Cassie's stylist. What was that? Hold on. That was Cassie's stylist, right? Cassie said she never saw him again, and they're like, so he let you go? And Cassie's like, no, he didn't let me go, but I never saw him again, right? On top of that, again, they were not filling Taxi. Sorry, guys, I'm messing with my notes. They were not filling Cassie with the jury at all, right? At all. There's a little bit, few more notes I have. Let me just get to this, right? They have an April 19th text messages between Cassie and Diddy. Cassie did not want to do a freak off. However, they're trying to. Hold on, guys. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? What about now? What about now? Can y'all hear me? Yes, yes, yes. Yes, this is the best I could do. Can y'all hear me? Wait, can y'all hear me or not? Can you hear me? No? It's static? All right, listen, I'm going to go off live and try to go back on in a few minutes, okay? I got to go.